Hello everybody, I'm Doug Wright, and this is Sports Done Right for the month of June 2024. Everyone knows who Michael Jordan is. He was extremely talented, a fiery competitor, and achieved great success at his craft. In my travels around Sun City sporting venues, I have observed extremely talented people who have a passion for their sport. But sometimes I have run into those who are overly competitive, and incidents have been reported which should cause one to reconsider his or her involvement. Michael ultimately kept it in perspective. He said, just play, have fun, enjoy the game. Those should be bywords for participation in sports here in Sun City. In the last days of May, many championships were decided despite the challenges of inclement weather. Let's first visit the bocce courts for a review of their spring championship tournament. Well, it's a sort of a gray Saturday morning, and we're trying to get this in before the rain hits. It's the annual spring bocce tournament and picnic. It started off with a lot of competitors that qualified during the week, and we're down to the 8 finalist teams. We are about to get started, and we'll talk to Roy Powers, the president of the club, and try and get a little bit of the action. Well, Roy, we are here and at the annual spring bocce tournament and picnic. Tell me what all's going on today.
Well, during the week, despite the rain, we were qualifying. We had 43 teams enter the tournament, and we're down to our final 8, hoping to beat the rain this morning. We have this tournament twice a year, in the spring and the fall, with a picnic afterwards, and hopefully we'll get it in and crown a winner before the rain begins today.
Well, that would be great. Great indeed. And you've got 8 competitive teams, and I see some players that have been around for a while here, so it looks like it'd be a great day.
It should be. We've got winners that have previously won the tournament. We've got a team where these 2 people have come in second the past 2 tournaments, so it should be an interesting day for us.
And do you have referees as well?
We have referees for each court, hopefully, if they all showed up. I haven't got to look the other way now. All right. And next fall, what we're going to try and do is get down to 4 teams during the week and invite other communities in to have an open tournament, Sun City versus other communities.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. I know you've done a lot of work on the bocce courts here. Summarize exactly what's been going on.
Well, 2 years ago, I believe, they resurfaced the courts. This year, they put in the rubber bumpers on the side. We had the woodworking club make all new ball racks at the end of each court. So we're pretty happy with the progress we've made.
And you're going to be president through the end of the year. So good luck to you, and we'll be back in the fall to talk to you again.
Well, thank you very much.
Next, the Sun City Golf Club again presented the Sun City Open with a chance for the low gross score for each of the men and women competitors was contested with a trip to a national PGA tournament as the prize. We spoke to Charlie Kent and Marcia Schroeder on the opening day of the 2-day tournament. Well, Nicole, another great day here in Sun City. And tell me what's going on today here.
Well, we have the club championship today here at Okatee Creek and tomorrow at Hidden Cypress.
And how many competitors do we have this year? Looks like we're going to have a pretty long day.
It is. We have close to 120 people out today.
And if they win, what do they get?
Well, we send our male and female club champions out to a larger tournament, and it's a lot of fun. A nice location.
Well, that's excellent. And so you guys do a great job every year. You run several tournaments, and we got some coming up real quick.
Yes, we have a new tournament. The singles tournament is the next one coming up, and it's not for dating. It may sound that way, but it's for anyone that's a single household golfer or just wants to learn a little bit more about the golf club, and that one's coming up June 22nd. Folds of Honor, that is the first weekend in July. We're really excited about that, and more information will be sent by email soon.
Well, Marcia, you're out here as always for the club championship. And tell us exactly what's going on in terms of the other activities that will be going on all day.
Well, our club championship is a 2-day event. Today, the first day is at Okatee Creek, and then the second day is really our big day. Mm-hmm. We have food from 4 to 7 for all of the entrants, and we have awards that we give out, and we usually have a gallery at the 18th hole at Hidden Cypress.
Well, that sounds very exciting. And this year we've got a couple of title sponsors.
We do. We have Howell Chase, Heating and Air, and we have Porch Outfitters. And then tomorrow, Icon Golf Cars is giving all of our entrants a chance on a hole-in-one on Hidden Cypress number 17 for a free golf cart.
Wow, that'd be nice. I could use one. And you've been doing this for several years now and always coming up with new ideas.
Yeah, it's a fun event to do. Now, if we just had some way to control the weather, I'd be 100% happy.
Well, you never know. You might sneak it in.
I hope so.
Well, we're here with Charlie Kent, who's Director of Golf Operations, and it's a big day today. Charlie, what's going on?
Yeah, so today's the start of the Sun City Golf Club Championship. We are here at Okatee Creek, starting players off, and it's a 2-day event. And right now we're right in the middle of teeing off the championship flight for the men. They're playing off the blue tees. It'll be a 2-day gross score for those guys, and the low score will be our club champion. And then in about an hour or so, we have the ladies' championship, and they'll be teeing off from the black tees.
Great. And what is the carrot at the end of the stick for this tournament?
Well, immortality, of course. Their name goes on the trophy forever and ever. So it's really a nice event, and a little competition's wonderful. It's gets the competitive juices flowing, and we're excited for the golfers to have a good 2 days of golf.
Excellent. I hope the weather complies. And are they still? Does the winner still get eligibility for the national tournament?
So this is something that is still in our plan. There's a national club champions event conducted by the PGA of America, and this next year will be right down the road at Reynolds Plantation. So hopefully we'll be able to get this competition in with the weather and name our club champion for 2024.
And that's both a man and a woman in the championship flights.
That's correct.
Well, Charlie, as always, you and Nicole and the others do a great job on these tournaments. We'll let you get back to what you're doing, but thanks for your time today.
Oh, you got it. Thanks for being out here.
Well, I'm not competing this year, but if I were, I'm sure I'd win the hole-in-one contest over at Hidden Cypress number 17 and be the owner of this beautiful, beautiful Icon golf cart, which will be given away as a prize if somebody's lucky enough to ace that hole. The softball club also fought through weather issues to decide league championships for the spring season. And club president Holly Meckley, along with club member Rick LeBeau, had additional information to share about a very busy week of activity, including a series of veterans and active duty players playing games on Memorial Day weekend. Well, it's Championship Saturday here at Veterans Memorial Field. You can see behind me that they are setting up the hot dogs. They're going to have another fundraiser here. And we'll be talking in a few minutes to Holly Meckley, the president of the softball club, about the activities today, the activities coming up, and what's going to happen this summer. Well, Holly, Rick, it's Championship Saturday here at Veterans Memorial Field. You got a lot of games to squeeze in here. And Holly, tell us what all is going on today.
Well, we're hoping to beat the rain, so we're going to start with the ladies' final game today. Then we'll go with our West Division game. Then we're going to follow that by the Tuesday-Thursday championship game, and then we'll do the East Division championship game. We may need to have 2 more games after that, depending on who wins or loses. So hopefully we'll at least get a few games in this morning before the rain comes.
And what's the plan if you get rained out tomorrow?
Tomorrow we'll do the rain out.
Okay, well, as you can hear in the background, the teams are lining up and getting ready to play. And Rick, what plans have you got?
So in the summer, our field's going to be closed in the month of June and July. So we've organized a co-ed league with almost 100 people, males and females, to have fun off-site while the field is closed. In addition to that, we're also going to organize a Wednesday get-together. So we're going to have at least 2 days a week that we'll be able to play while the field is being worked on.
Well, that's great. And you got some other activities coming up this week.
All right, so after Championship Day today, we have our picnic tomorrow, our club picnic, and then next week we have a team coming in from Atlanta called the Peachtree Group, and we'll play a series of games for that group and invite them to enjoy our facility. And then next Saturday we're doing a military game day event, so that's going to be pretty much all day. There's 5 games all day. We're going to have hot dogs again, and we're accepting donations for Tunnels to Towers next Saturday, and the club is donating $500 toward that cause. Today we're collecting donations for Bluffton Self-Help. And then next Saturday as well, we're collecting donations for Hopeful Horizons. It's a abused women's shelter. So our ladies are doing a bake sale, and the proceeds from the bake sale are going to go to Hopeful Horizons.
Well, that's a lot going on. We're getting ready for the ceremony, and Ruben Areola is doing the national anthem. So thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Good luck today. We hope you get it.
All right,
Thank
play
you so
ball.
much.
Play
Play
ball.
ball.
All right.
The Pickleball Club also held a Memorial Day tournament, and we spoke to Jackie Hart about the activities, which happened over 2 full days of play. Well, Jackie, a lot going on here as usual Memorial Day, and you've done this before. But for all the newcomers to Sun City, tell us what this is all about.
So this is our Memorial Day tournament, and we split the players up into 4 teams, Team Army, Air Force, Navy, and Marines, and everybody plays for a team, and then we count the scores, and we also award each member of each bracket gold, silver, and bronze medals.
Oh, excellent, excellent. And I've been watching some of the games here, and they are really good players. This is mixed doubles today.
It is mixed doubles today. Yesterday was women's and men's, and when we started this morning, both Army and Air Force were tied for the lead.
What about my Navy?
Your Navy was in last place.
Ah, well, Okay, well, we got a special flag here today, and we're standing in front of it, so tell us about it.
We certainly do have a special flag here. This flag was actually flown over the White House and was loaned to us by Kevin and Jeanette G. McManus.
That's terrific, and that's a new little band in it. And I see you have signs up for adaptive court sports as well.
Yes, we do. We have a player here that works with them, and they do a lot of good things.
Well, we interviewed them a while ago, and they do great things. And Jackie, as always, you do a great job of organizing, so thanks for your time today, and we'll see you next year.
Thank you very much. Good to see you.
And you are?
Kevin McManus and my wife.
Janetti McManus.
And you contributed that flag behind us.
We
We
did.
did, yes, we did.
Well, congratulations on winning the gold. We also spoke recently with residents Pete and Vicky Pasquale, who embodied this month's theme of having fun and enjoying the game. Well, today we are fortunate to have a pair of residents who sort of embody what we've been emphasizing on Sports Done Right, and that is keeping the body in motion, having fun, and very often getting outside of your comfort zone to find new passions and new activities. So let's get started. So Peter, Vicky, welcome, and glad to have you here, and thanks for taking the time. Tell me a little bit, before we get into the nitty-gritty of what you're here for, tell me a little bit about your childhood.
My childhood?
Yeah, where are you from?
I grew up just north of New York City, little town Mount Kisco, about 45 minutes north of Manhattan.
And did you spend your whole formative years there?
Yep, lived there till I went away to school, and then that was it. I was done with that little town.
How about you, Vicky?
I was a military brat, so I lived all over the place when I was growing up. Hawaii, California, Texas, and went to college in Texas and met Peter when I was in Texas.
How'd you meet?
I was singing in the bar at the Officers Club in a folk trio, singing anti-war songs in 1971.
Of course, he was in the military, right?
Yeah, he was in the audience.
Well, you both seem to have a very adventurous spirit. Now, how do you think you learned that?
Well, my dad moved around a lot. We didn't get to go, and I always wanted to go. How was that with me?
How about you, Pete?
Actually, I was just the opposite. My family was kind of rooted where we grew up, and it drove me nuts, and I had to get out and start seeing more of the world.
Okay, I got you, and ran into Vicky on the way.
On the way, exactly.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your sailing experience. Now, that's one of the sporting activities here that doesn't have an official group or official club. And Pete, we'll start with you. How did you develop your interest in sailing? I mean, you're an Army guy, right?
I'm an Army guy. Well, we moved, I got reassigned to Hawaii, and when we got there, we only had one car, and we decided, well, let's get a boat. We live on an island, and settled on a sailboat. I'm a pilot, so it's a lot of similarities between sailing and flying, so the transition was relatively easy. Although at the time all I knew about boats was the pointy end went first.
Yeah.
And we went from there. Had a friend move there, gave me a lot of lessons, taught me a whole lot, and then we just kept branching out from that point.
And you two guys were together then, right?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Our daughter was born over there. She took her first sailboat ride when she was 6 months old.
Good golly. So you hadn't done any sailing in your youth?
No, but my dad had subscribed to sailing magazines all his life. And I looked at those and I'm going, I want to go to that island. I want to get on that boat. And so when it came to, let's get a boat, I said, yep, I'm in. So.
Okay, and it went from there. So what was your first major, what I'll call a major trip?
When we moved back to the mainland and we were living in New England, we started sailing with a group of people out of Boston. We were crewing. They had Wednesday night races, and the gentleman that we crewed for asked us if we would help him take his boat to Maine, which seemed a very long way to go, but still seemed like a lot of fun. And that was our first big trip on somebody else's boat. Mm-hmm. And part of it was sailing at night, which was a whole different experience, or running all night long on the boat. And it just grew from there.
And I assume you were there, or were you along on that trip?
Yes, yes.
Okay, well, what's your favorite trip that you and Pete have taken?
Oh, that's a tough call. Our trip down the Intercoastal Waterway when he retired in 2006. And then we had a 36-foot sailboat, a Catalina 36, relatively new, and had hardly been used. And we took it from Salem, Massachusetts, all the way down to Marathon in the Keys, and we were gone for 10 months, and I'm the one who didn't want to come home.
Did you have jobs?
I had just retired.
He had just retired,
and
I wasn't working anymore, so
that's perfect.
Our lives.
Well, what would you say was your biggest challenge on that trip or any other?
Oh, on that trip, the Jersey coast. Do you agree?
Yeah.
The Jersey coast going down. There's very few places to get in there. They're very shallow, and there's a lot of shoaling, and the maps aren't always real accurate. Is that accurate? Okay. So
from Sandy Hook, you've got Atlantic City south of there, and then Cape May. For a sailboat, those are the only place you can get in because of bridges and shallow water. So it's a pretty much of a slug going down. And if the weather's bad, which it was on that first trip southbound, it could make for an ugly ride. And we finally made it into Atlantic City for the night, late.
Well, it had been a perfect day. It had been a perfect day, and we're just rolling along, and the waves got bigger and bigger. Going, oh! When Peter starts to look worried, then I get worried.
Well, let me ask you this now. That 10 months is a long time together on a floating island, so to speak. And what'd you guys do to pass the time that you weren't actually doing something to help sail?
At the time, the V-berth was loaded with books. That was back before tablets were popular, so we had paperback books.
Amazon,
And we must have had 35, 40 books lining the V-berth that we would just go through.
All our neighbors gave them to us when they heard we were going. They says, oh, here's some books. Take these. And we went through the Jack Reacher series, book to book. And then it's your turn. Okay, next, you know.
And then when you pull into a marina, they always have an exchange booth. So you take the books you've read, you bring them to this little exchange booth, you pull out ones you haven't, and back out.
That's pretty cool. And how often did you berth and go ashore?
We would put into a marina probably every 5 or 6 days. The rest of the time we would anchor out. But after about 5 days, you need to refill the water tanks, buy food.
So you didn't sail 24/7?
Oh, no.
No, we had overnights and things that we would do, and which was fine.
And what was the most interesting place you went, and did you meet any interesting people? You're good at meeting people.
Boy, that's a tough one.
I would say the most interesting place was the Chesapeake Bay, because there's so many little places that you can go within the bay. And yeah, we met a tremendous amount of very interesting people. There is a migration southbound in the fall out of New England and Canada, everybody going down to Florida and even farther south. So you ended up traveling sometimes with the same people for 3 or 4 days, having potluck dinners in the anchorages, and everybody had their own stories, but everybody, when you asked them where they were going, their only answer was south. They had no set destination. We're just going south.
Got it. Yeah. That sounds like great fun. I'm sure it was.
It was a blast. We really liked going down the intercoastal waterway because that was protected, and occasionally we'd go outside and take a shortcut, out in the ocean down, and it was just the best time.
Now, how long have you been in Sun City?
Since 2018.
2018, we moved in.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you taken any more sailing trips since then? Do you still have a boat?
No, sold the boat. I'm still in trouble because it was her boat, not mine. I was just there for the maintenance part of it.
No.
But no, we don't sail anymore. We've gotten away from that, and that chapter is closed.
Okay, but you must be doing something else here. What other activities are you involved with?
Well, you know me. I'm in karaoke club.
Right.
We do the Corvette Club of Hilton Head, the car club in Sun City.
We're in the motorcycle club here, the Roadrunners. I'm the chairman of the overnight ride committee. And back in September, we had 10 people, 7 motorcycles. We left here and we went to New Mexico, Arizona, to Grand Canyon, up into Utah to the to the national parks in Utah, over to Colorado to some more of the national parks, and then back here. 21 days, 5,000 plus miles.
Well, that sounds exciting. I mean, you still got your sense of adventure even without a boat.
Haven't lost it. No, have not.
Okay. Well, what's up next for you two in terms of adventures?
Well, we've got a cruise planned early next year out of the West Coast to the Hawaiian Islands, then down to French Polynesia, Tahiti, Bora Bora, and back to the West Coast. In September, another motorcycle trip up to Lake George, New York. That'll be a 2, maybe 3 week trip. So that's...
You go on these motorcycle trips?
I do now. I didn't when he had a 2-wheeler, but he has a Spider now.
Well, it sounds like too much fun, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a nice group of people we ride with.
Well, good. Well, y'all, as I said, embody the spirit of this place, which is to develop passions, have fun doing it, stay fit, keep that body in motion. And y'all seem to be doing a great job at that. And I want to thank you both for taking time out on a beautiful Sun City day and spending it with us and sharing some of your background. That's our show for June. Remember, we're not here to fight over sports. We're here to pursue our respective passions and have some fun doing it. So let's put down those electronics and get that body in motion. I'm Doug Wright, and I'll see y'all next month on Sports Done Right.